thought it made them look smaller.
What, my cheeks? Rude.
Don't worry, that's pounds to me too.
Good.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Vanguard Tactics. I'm Stephen Box and joined today with Mr. Joe Coles.
You always like announce me like I'm a special guest. I'm here all the time.
Well, you're not here all the time because sometimes I go live by myself.
Yeah, you go home and you're like, I hate Joe.
So today is day 71 of our lockdown live series, and I hope you guys are doing very, very well. Obviously, we have the weekends off now, but obviously we are here still during this lockdown period to help everyone feel a little bit more, or less isolated, should we say. So anyway, let me know what you guys got up to over the weekend. Very interested to know. Joe, what did you get up to over the weekend?
I didn't do a vast amount of anything. I think I painted one in Scepter.
Wow.
For my white scars, which I've kind of just slowly pushed off to one side. And I watched my daughter play a lot of Minecraft. And that was about it.
Okay.
I did have a really nice kebab though. That was good.
Right.
Chicken.
Wow. Nice. Okay, so big weekend for Joe then.
Yeah, I don't live an exciting
Painted in Scepter and you had a kebab.
Yeah.
So myself and Ben Jones, we had a very important task to do, and that was to recreate the new size map that GW have released. Now, just so everyone is aware, okay, I am able to read the word minimum.
I didn't think you could read it all.
But only if the word minimum is put in quotation marks and full capital letters. Otherwise, I don't know what that word means.
Written as if it's spoken very slowly.
Like this. Minimum.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how it comes across. Yeah. Now, basically, obviously, as you know, I've got a very dry sense of humour, but I appreciate that it is a minimum, using quotation marks and full capital letters. But here's the thing, guys. Frontline Gaming and the ITC are going to be moving all of their competitive games to the new format of map, okay? The new size. Now, yes, you can still play on your 6x4 at home. However, the tournament scene will evolve because the game has been play tested on this new size. So GW have said, look, here's the game. And obviously you can play it on whatever size you want. You can play it on a bowling alley if you really want to.
Yeah, it won't be as exciting.
It may not be as exciting, and it may not be as in the way that they've intended it to play at, maybe play at the right speed, all that kind of stuff. So remember, absolutely everything has been play tested on this new size. So yes, you still can do it on the 6x4. The reason why in my video, and it was literally the last one we posted, I came up with a really good solution. So you do not have to use tape, because tape can look a bit cheap.
Yeah, it's mainly just fire.
It just doesn't look great, tape. And also it means you don't have to cut your mat. So you never want to cut your mat just in case A, you do it wrong and you can't go back. And B, what if the game, maybe you might decide that you prefer playing on a 6x4 table. So therefore you haven't ruined your mat whatsoever. So I've come up with a good solution, I think, which is very cheap and very affordable, very quick to set up if you've got your own table at home, or if you're a tournament organiser, you could literally set this up quite simply. And actually you've got a nice bit of this, well, you can see the material there to roll dice on. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a good little solution. And it looks great.
It does look really good. Like, but I think maybe we could sharpen it up a bit with like a wooden surround and then wrap that in,
absolutely.
Like, yeah.
You could definitely do some little shenanigans like that. But then that's more time investment for cost. I set this up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was super simple to do. But yeah, thank you to everyone that did tell me, am I stupid enough to see the word minimum? And yes, I am that stupid that I clearly couldn't read it because GW didn't put it in quotation
And
marks.
lots of people say like, why are you doing this based on a rumour?
Yeah, it's not a rumour.
It's not a rumour, it's actually confirmed.
Yeah.
They said it in printed words and mouth words.
But maybe they didn't use the quotation marks and they didn't know. So it's all confusing for all of us when there is with and without quotation marks. So who really knows? But what I do know is, guys, change is going to happen. Embrace it or don't.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, smaller table means you can get across it quicker.
Yep.
Armies can't backline and hide away from you. and there's going to be less dead space because it looks like your amount of terrain that you currently have looks more.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we had to test was the Vanguard Tactics terrain, the signature terrain, and actually, I'm not going to lie, it makes the terrain that we have look incredible on that new size table, and also still functions extremely well if you remove. We removed 2 of the large L's today in our playtesting, and actually still functioned fantastic. So you could play now. What we've got with this one table of terrain, this one box that you're going to be able to buy soon, is essentially you can have a light board, a medium board, or a heavy board from this one box. And every single time you play, it's going to feel different, especially when you get because there's going to be a PDF when you purchase this terrain, which gives you all the different ways to set it up that I've come up with and Joe's helped me with to form a competitive, balanced, narrative-based, fluffy game.
Our playtest today, we were like, we've got to take some stuff off because the knights, they're going to struggle because there's so much terrain. So we had to take it off. Because
we haven't seen the new rules yet. Yeah. Because if terrain is going to change in terms of how vehicles can operate around it,
it might be a case a knight can just plow on through.
Absolutely. So we had to adjust it slightly based on the current rule set. So that was the other thing that me and Jonesy did was we actually streamed 3 games, didn't we? Yeah. So me and Jonesy streamed 3 games in our community group, which is for the Academy students. We did Harlequins versus Tau.
And then you did Harlequins.
We did Tau versus Farsight Enclave. But that was game 1.
No, Tau versus...
Sorry, Harlequins versus Tau Farsight. Game 2 was Ultramarines versus Paladin Bombs Grey Knights. And then game 3 was...
Harlequins versus Craftworld.
But we swapped over. So Jonesy ran my Harlequins and I ran the Craftworld. So there's 3 streamed games for the guys on the Academy. Me and Jonesy had a good day in filming, playtesting, all that stuff. And then yesterday, what did I do yesterday? Did some painting. Oh no, I built the Chaos Knights.
Wow.
I built them.
Built is a limited phrase because most of them aren't glued together.
What?
They're just kind of like, there's no armour on them and then the arms keep falling off.
So negative, isn't it, guys? We don't want this negativity.
It made playtesting today because I was like, okay, I'm going to move this guy here. And I moved, like, I picked up by the legs and then everything else fell apart.
I'm putting my mask on to protect me from your negativity. Just in case it,
I had to turn around and be like, I'm taking these home and I'm going to fix them.
I just don't want to hear that negativity,
Rude.
So what we
questions?
Also, at the end of this, we are going to announce the winner of the Get Started box. We're going to do a random number draw. There was 532 comments. So we'll do a random number selection. I'll scroll through, find out who that is, and we'll go from there. And then I'll basically say who it is, and I'll post it in the community who it is as well. Jack's late. What have you... Jack, you're late. What's that about? You should know, Jack, by now, 6 o'clock, that we go live. You should be ready, weighing at 6
o'clock-ish.
6
o'clock. Because normally he's like, we're on in like a minute ago.
And then Joe's like, oh, I need to lose a loo.
Yeah, I'm going to the toilet. Got to make a tea. Got to stretch.
Gets nerves, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, your negativity's over. Right, so what was I going to say?
We've got to answer questions.
Jack, you know now, every day, 6 o'clock. And I'm never early, so there's no excuse.
We're always late.
Wayne, Steven says maximum. Gregwin, evening gents. I have a question on Space Marine army choice. I really like aggressors, suppressors, inceptors, and eliminators, but they don't work with Blood Angels. What army would you suggest?
Ultramarines. You just described Steve's Ultramarines army, basically.
All you need to do is add in Calgar, Tigerius, and you have my list. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing that me and Jonesy did. We actually played 1,800 points, didn't we? And tomorrow I'm going to be filming a video all about how to embrace points changes mentally and emotionally so you can actually stay on track and make good decisions when Knights drops. So that video is going to be recorded tomorrow and hopefully out at the weekend. Kylo, late as well. What's that about, Kylo? You know it's 6.
Busy writing Salamander's lists.
Ugh.
Too busy for us.
Yeah.
So I said, I've started a Chaos Knight army this weekend, says Neddy.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We had 2 games of the Chaos Knights today, didn't we? And there's going to be a Chaos Knight cheat sheet to download very, very soon, as soon as our Engine War podcast and review comes out. Yeah. So stay tuned for that little cheat sheet for you. Because with Chaos Knights, there's a big sideboard element to it, isn't it? Like what do you take pre-game, how are you going to play the army, Stephen said, evening Stephen, evening Constable Butterworth, spent the weekend trying to work out a way to speed paint Ultramarines. Minimum is the amount you want Joe to talk on an average day.
Rude.
Wow.
I get a lot of abuse here and on my other podcast as well. Another guy was like, every time it's a Joe-centric podcast, it's the worst day of my life. And I was like,
wow, somebody said that.
Yeah.
That is...
He said, hearing the podcast going to be more about me is like the equivalent of hearing that you're going to have a...
keep it clean.
A mad doc, an orc mad doc as your surgeon.
Wow.
I wept.
Wow.
In the shower.
That's very mean. I think you've spoken enough now. Yeah. And will leave me to do all the talking for the show, obviously. Based on Stephen Carter's, Big Dog Jones, what's up, man? Finally made it back to alive since day 24. What have you been doing for all these days? Big Dog Jones.
Working hard or hardly working, as they say.
John, do you guys think Soup Armies is dead, considering buying new detachments with CPs? No. I don't think it's dead.
Because there will be some armies that need it.
Yeah.
So if you look at Chaos, it's one of those factions that kind of works better when it is a soup.
But GW said there's a new way to play Chaos this weekend, and you'll find out in the War of the Spider.
Yeah.
Spider War?
War of the Spider.
Okay.
Yeah, because I kind of think like Chaos.
How do you feel about that, seeing that you've got a fear of spiders? Are you going to buy that book?
It's not an actual spider though. Unless they, like, you opened it and a spider literally just crawled out onto your hand like in a horror book, I'd probably just die. Or just cry. Or throw the book. Or burn it. I'd literally burn the entire building down. Yeah.
So if I give you a book at the weekend, just watch out, okay? There might be a little furry friend in there. JP Wargaming, hi guys. What are your thoughts on getting Reavers to work? I feel they could be good for salamanders with a strap. JP.
White Scars.
What are my thoughts about getting Reavers to work? So my thoughts are, I wouldn't bother. At the moment, but that may change.
It's like saying, I want to eat 12 pizzas in a day. It sounds like a good idea, but it just won't work.
Well, it's a bit like, Steve, what's your thoughts on eating an entire iceberg lettuce?
It's good for you, but...
Is it, though?
I don't know.
There's not really much in it. That's my thoughts. There we go. Reavers, iceberg lettuce. For now. But 9th edition may change that. Yeah. Because all that stuff you've just said, JP, about buffing up those Reavers, you could do that with another, better, more efficient unit, therefore wasting your time.
Like, the stabby ones? The other stabby ones?
In Cursors?
That's the one, they're way better.
But, like, just stick that on Terminators or on whoever. Just don't try and make an awful unit. You're going to spend so many resources trying to make it work when... Unless you are like Steve Reavers, man, they got me in the hobby. You know, I love the lore for the last 20 years on Reavers. I've got to have a whole Reaver army because that's my Reaver list.
Yeah, they look really cool, but when they wrote the rules for them, they put the rules on a wall, all the rules they could think of, and then just threw darts at it. They're like, we're going to give them a grenade which ignores Overwatch, but you can't throw it because you've got to land 9 inches away. So you've got to stand there for a turn, be shot. And then, if you're still alive, throw a grenade at someone. Yeah.
So, Kylo said, I'm a care worker on a break. Well, I'll let you off.
He's an essential worker, that's fine. We can let him off.
I'll let you off there. Good reason. Don't know about you, though, Jack. Don't know what your excuse is for being late. Just Kev, Yo-Yo Boxy, and Joe. See? Bringing you in. Where is that terrain at, mate? Well...
That's half the building.
This is just a level. This is how functional this terrain is. Because you could just play with the bottom level. And
what you could do is you take that off.
Take that lid off. Pop it on top of there. What are you doing?
Well, I was gonna take that one off.
Well, I mean,
we can 3-layer it.
We're just so functional right now.
He says.
Yeah.
There you go. Roughly around there. And then you put that one on top. And then you put another one. Oh, you can't put that one on. Ignore me. Boom. We thoroughly worked on this.
Triple stack.
Got a Reaver or a Warhound. Gosh, hidden.
Maybe that's the Reavers he's talking about. He wants to run multiple of them.
You could run a Warhound. He's 2,000 points.
Yeah?
Yeah, he'll get a job done.
So what we got here? Thoughts. How does the new table feel to play on? Joe, what are your thoughts on the new table size?
It's quite soft. Because it's made of mouse mats. You could just stroke it. You know?
And you've got the felt for
the felt's really good. So you could just sit there, whilst your opponent's like, if you're playing against a Tau player who's just making it really rough for you, you could just be like, just soothe yourself.
With the felt.
With the felt,
Or the mouse mat. You've got two surfaces there. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm in agreement, yeah. But how does it feel to actually play the game? Is probably what they actually want, Joe.
Okay, it's really good. I really like it. As I said, playtesting Chaos Knights today, like, could get in there real quick. Like, just as quick as you could on a 6x4.
But quicker.
And you couldn't hide really, really far away.
No, I couldn't.
I'll be interested to see how planes work.
Yeah, I think, obviously, guys, we're only using 1,800 points based on the 10%. I think will happen. Yeah. This is, again, prediction. I'm not privy to any information. And please remember, guys, all of this stuff me and Joe talk about in regards to Ninth, we are not privy to new information. Okay, we're not playtesters. We're nothing like that. This is just educated guesses. Okay,
we're just two dudes in a room playing with rules that we've seen on the internet. Official rules.
And some assumptions.
And guesses.
Thrown all in there.
Yeah.
So one of the things that me and Jonesy did was to kind of have our 9th edition day was we actually said we're going to take 2 detachments. One which you're warlording is free. So basically one other. And then if you wanted another battalion or a Vanguard or so, we just said it was 3 CPs.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it. So basically we're both starting with 9 CPs.
But if you're running Knights, and you put it all in one detachment, 12 CPs off the bat is quite tasty. Well,
we don't know that you might not get. You might have to spend some for a super heavy detachment. It only says, because it says specifically on that battalion thing, if your warlord is part of this battalion.
Well, they did say that if your warlord is in that detachment is free.
But they might have only just been the battalion. So we don't know yet. So anyway, but that was kind of But that seat still felt like plenty. And what was amazing, actually, was getting a CP back per turn. Really, really helpful.
Because you can plan ahead for it. Because you're like, I'm going to spend 2 CP now. That's only going to leave me with 1. But I'm not going to use that 1 CP in my combat phase, knowing that in my next turn
you'll get 2.
Yeah.
And what I really liked was there's some armies really rely on, like Eldar, one of their stratagems, which is like the Seer Council one. One of the Seer Council ones is 1 CP to get +1 to cast. You do that every turn. So now I go, cool, I've got my 6 put aside for that. And actually I can now structure and all that. But in our video that's coming up, we're going to talk about all about how you can adjust those things. Because we've got 2 videos coming up about list building for 9th and all that stuff, which is coming out. Brian's just got here. Now, a huge apologies to Brian. I massively let Brian down today, and I'm extremely sorry, Brian, because we were meant to record a podcast at 2, but currently there is an absolute construction site going on next door. Yeah.
The guy waits for your mouth to be partly open to speak, and then he gets a massive bit of metal, and then just hits another bit of metal with it.
Yeah.
And then he stops, waits like 30 seconds, lull you into that full sense of security, and then just start wailing again.
Yeah.
It's madness.
So, Brian, I'm truly sorry. But we're going to record a really good Engine War AdMech with Brian tomorrow. When building new units, when do you prioritise AP damage on weapons over the amount of attacks? Do you think 9th may change this? When building new units, when do you prioritise AP damage on weapons over the amount of attacks? Do you go for quantity or quality?
Yeah.
Is that, now again, it all depends on 9th, because if we are going in more the direction of monsters and vehicles, maybe you go for the quality. If, however, the mission pack steers us in more of a direction of troops holding and maybe a more horde-based meta, then you're going to go for the quantity. But until we know that, we just don't know.
I think for the moment, just plan balanced list. Just go, well, I've got a couple of units that can deal with a horde. I've got a couple of units that can deal with big things. I've got a couple that kind of deal with the in-between.
Yeah, and on the Academy, we also have a complete structure on how you should list build. With what units you need, how much of what, and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah. So what we got here? Keith said, Stephen, my Salamander Smash captain for a few weeks back that we talked about, I made him more killy than survivey. 8 attacks from Vulcan Sigil, Imperial Sword from a Thunderhammer. It's a very nice, Keith. I like a good 8 attacks. Is a good solid number there, especially when you fight twice, because then that's going to double up to 16, and you can do a lot of work with 16 attacks.
Could you get like a Psycho in there for?
I think you're putting too much in there. It's too many.
You're smashy.
But you're throwing too much at that. You know, don't put too many. Like you've got to always think to yourself, how much do you need? Because if 8 attacks is enough to kill a knight in a turn, you don't need any more than that.
What you could do, right?
And if 8 isn't enough, and you know 9's not enough, and 10's not enough, you may as well just commit to 6 and fight twice and just have 12.
They've got that command. They got that. You can't give them a second warlord trait.
Yep.
Toughness 2 plus 2 toughness. So it's toughness 6. And then when you do Might of Heroes, it becomes toughness 7.
He wants more killy than survivability. You might want to put that on another category.
Yeah, but he's killy and survival.
Yeah, but Joe, but then there's just so much resources going on this.
No,
like Jonesy in our Harlequin game spent 8 CPs on the Solitaire in one phase just to see what he could do.
Did he kill everything?
He killed one Farseer and a Autarch, and then a Surman just goes, I ain't having none of that. Bosh. I run a Surman. He's a beast. So anyway, what we got here? And basically the terrain, getting back to this, when is this available? Pre-orders are on Friday, and there is going to be 5 different colour sets of this theme terrain. We've got the Gothic Ruins coming out, and that is only for pre-order though if you're an Academy student. So the link is below in the description to sign up to get your space on that, and probably you'll save just enough money on this because of the discount you're going to get, which will pretty much justify the cost of the first month of the Academy anyway. So if you don't like it, then there's absolutely no obligation to stay, but I'm sure you will. And the Academy is a great place to be during this 9th period transition, because I'm doing all the playtesting at the moment with Joe and all the other coaches to make sure when we launch 9th, or not we launch 9th, but when GW launch 9th and we are launching our tactics and stuff, you know that we're getting as many repetitions in as possible with the knowledge that we have. And then as soon as 9th drops, then we're privy to be able to play all the time to get that knowledge in and put it in a format that is something that you're able to then put into place to make sure you're becoming better players, better generals, you're creating better lists, and you understand the mission pack, you understand how the whole game is going to work.
Keith says that he killed 7 Nurgle mosquitoes. I'm assuming the weird little plague drone. In one attack on the charge. Well, that guy's really unlucky with his 5 up for no pains on those mosquitoes.
Yeah, and in fun saves.
Yeah.
So, Just Kev, question. Do you think they will finally unlock all Primaris stuff for Deathwatch as they've hinted? I think they did actually say they were going to do that anyway on one of the Q&As. So, yeah.
Well, they said that Deathwatch are getting something really soon after 9th.
Spook said, can I ask a lore question? Yes, you can.
Of course you can.
Absolutely. Please, if you've got a lore question, chuck them in the comments. I'm always happy to answer a good bit of lore because my knowledge is on point. Yeah.
That means 0 knowledge. Do you know who Horus is? You didn't respond to my message the other day.
Yeah, I know who Horus is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keith said, were you approached on testing night, or were you involved in anyone who was? So Keith, unfortunately, we were not approached on testing night. I'd absolutely love it if we did, but we're probably not quite at the, essentially, I think, we've only been doing this whole thing for...
Well, you've only been doing it since September, really.
Yeah, September was when I launched the Academy, but then it was December when I actually started the channel. Now, I've only been full-time with Vanguard Tactics since probably December. I still do another day a week for my other business, coaching people for fitness and nutrition. But yeah. hopefully in the future though, if you know our subs go up and our influence goes up and you guys love what we do and GW, you know, think that we have a nice balanced view on things, then maybe in the future that will, and I'd absolutely love that to be the case. I'd love to play test for the game. It'd be a huge honour. So yeah. Anyway, that's the end of those questions so far. So should we do the winner, Joe?
Who won the box? As in, who won the box of models, or who won Steve? Because one of you's a winner and one of you's a loser on that one.
Yeah.
You don't want him living with you. He doesn't live with me, but I imagine it would be hell.
What?
I imagine, like, if we lived together, I'd go to eat some food.
Yeah.
And then you just materialise and be like, no! And I'd slap it out of my hand.
I brought you brownie today.
You did.
What are you talking about?
Your mum made it for me.
Sean said, looking for a new army for 9th. What are your thoughts on NIDs?
Well,
I'm going to get a cup of tea.
No, I've got a NID army. And once I've got a NID army, we've got a lot of Tyranid boxes, unbuilt, still in its wrap, in the front room of my house.
Yep.
But once we get some more stuff, like, I'm really looking forward to running NIDs, because they're one of those armies I've always wanted to run. Plus, they got all the big bugs. And I'd be interested to see how flyers interact with terrain, because they can fly on top of it and attack multiple levels, maybe, hopefully. So,
Kiva said, so I wonder what they valued in a playtester community. I always heard one explanation for some of the loosey-goosey rules interactions was that 40k was designed to be a beer and pretzel game first.
Well, it's designed to have fun at the end of the day. It's always enjoyment first with GW, which is important. So there will be times when you'll be like, why is that rule in there?
The rules testers that were previewed in the video, obviously Lawrence and Bone from Tabletop Tactics do a fantastic job of being very, I've got a really itchy nose. They've been like incredible in the community for the last God knows how many years. I've got a very well balanced view on it. They play literally every single day. Then some of the guys, so for example, Andrew Gogno, who was one of the playtesters, and a couple of the other guys are on the Team America, or were from the ETC team, and they are some of the most consistent players in America and have been for a very long time. Also, you've got to think it needs to be local as well. So I know some of those guys live local to each other so that they can actually play. There's no point being a playtester if you've got nobody to play. Yeah. So I think that gaming group may have had some sort of interaction where they're local together, have got very good knowledge. And ultimately, they found passionate guys that want the best for the hobby. Yeah. And that is, you know, from my and obviously, you know, like Reese and Frankie, you know, goes without saying what an incredible job they do. All they ever want to try and do is help people, you know, play at their events, play at tournaments. You know, obviously not only just their events, but all of the tournaments around the world. That's why they, you know, form the ITC. And ultimately, they're trying to get that transition from being an accessible game into one that then has that nice conversion to the competitive side while still keeping a good skill level of the game. And I think if 9th edition does that, then we could be looking at the best ever edition of 9th edition. So, yeah. Stephen Carpenter said, just want to say you two are amazing pair to watch, very enjoyable in the forties. Also love Joe. It's only banter. Oh, they love you really, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? All good. Right.
Stems the flow of tears.
So our lore question
is, do you think Gilliman knows about the Star-Tide Nexus?
Absolutely. He definitely knows.
I don't know what the Star-Tide Nexus is.
Oh, you don't even know your lore, Joe. Why are you even here?
Is that the new thing that it sounds very Towery, doesn't it?
Of course he knows about it. It's Gullum, he's got blue armour and stuff. He knows.
Or is it, they're saying that the AdMech have got access to some kind of anti-demon psyker stuff now.
Oh, absolutely. All that good stuff. Yeah. The Wizmajob, what's it, Majig?
If it's under the Mechanicum, I'd say no, because they're very secretive.
They are, that is true.
And rude.
In the lore, they're very secretive.
Oh, he might have come back with it.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, of course Gulliman knows.
Tell me what it is, and then I'll say
I just can't believe you don't know. Because I definitely know what it is.
I'm not as caught up on the lore. I listen if it's on an audiobook, it's fine. Because once I'm washing up and cleaning the kitchen, then that's when I get my knowledge.
When you should be listening to podcasts that I've told you to listen to.
So dull. So listen to this. They tell you some good words.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff you need to know about. What are your thoughts on the likes of Tau shooting and combat? Surely they are going to have to nerf them a bit, or they're going to be ridiculous hitting on 4s at strength 5. Nah, that'd be right.
Well, the thing is, you got to think they got to survive a round of combat first.
Because they ain't got them.
Yeah, and it'll be one of those, like, this ain't going to be no wrapping and trapping situation. You got to go in there and smash them one.
Anyway, so guys, we've got 158 comments, and the winner is, this is a random number generator. Maximum 583, and the minimum is the first comment. So now, if the person if the comment isn't, I want to get started box, which it has to be exactly, we'll do that number, okay? I'm hoping it's low, because otherwise I'm going to have to count to 583.
Could I have won this if I'd entered?
No.
Oh.
So you can't win, and I can't win. But anyone else.
Is there anyone we don't want it to win? Like,
Brian. Like who?
Brian. That's the bottom. Unfortunately, you're on the bottom, so I was just like...
If I don't like the person, I'm not picking them. Fair, innit?
Yeah.
That sounds fair to me. Right.
Give him a nose because he has more codex in his office than Stephen does.
That's a lie. I've got them all.
You haven't got all of them.
All right. Why are you telling them? Just, got to go with it, Joe. I've got all the codexes.
Most of them are mine.
But anyway, so here we go. Generate. Are you ready? Do you want to do like some sort of like drum roll? And the winner is number 4. That was actually pretty lucky.
Number 4?
Number 4. Just confirm that. That's number 4.
That is number 4.
That is number 4. See, random number.
I was hoping for a slightly more exciting number than number 4.
Here we go. And the winner is number 4 is... Let's go to the top and... Oh, we should probably work from the bottom because that would have been the first comment. Hang on. Because it does it in date order. Well, anyway.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Just make up a cup of tea, I think. I got 583 to get through. Probably it's been easier if it was like...
We probably should have like prepared this.
Probably. Had some like professional way.
Some people like do it like the difficult way. Like I did one on my Instagram, and it was like out of like 400 people, it was like 286, and I was like, I will count these now. Well, some people print it out. Cut the names out and then draw it out of a hat. That's a lot of hard work and a lot of paper.
Here we go. So, Jack Pomsky, you're actually number 1, unfortunately. See what I did there? Got you all excited. Yeah. Sorry, teasing. So, we have got here.
Joe Coles, yeah. No.
Well, this person is just disagreeing with me at number 4, and he hasn't even said I want to get started box.
Number 5.
So we're going to have to redraw. We're going to redraw it. We're going to redraw it. And we're going to number 1 is from the bottom. So, ready? I don't know if you can see this. Generate. 570. So that is 13 from the top.
That's good.
Somebody's like,
we're going to discover how many alternate accounts I've created just to hell.
I've got to go all the way back to the top. Here we go. So here we go. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alexandra Jones. He's put, I want to get started box in quotation marks. Hey.
Yeah.
So, we otherwise,
we know that he was saying it.
You know that I can't read unless it's in quotation marks.
It's in quotation marks because he was saying it as he texted it.
Exactly. I'm trying to start in this hobby for the greater good. Look at that. So now,
Tau for your first army.
Alexander Jones, that get started box is going to be coming your way. So what you need to do, Alex, is get in touch with me. You need to email Stephen@VanguardTactics.com, okay? And you have 7 days to do that. Joe, you listen to this. You have to remind me probably in a week. 7 days, as of today, to get in contact with me, okay? Stephen@VanguardTactics.com.
So we'll message you like, oi.
No, I can't message. Or I could actually comment, hey Alex, you've won.
Yeah.
Hey Alex, you are the winner. Please email me at Steambox Vanguard Tactics. You have 7 days.
Yeah.
So
what's right?
What's the date? What's it? The 15th, isn't it?
Spook says the Startide Nexus is a stable warp tear (brackets no demons or chaos) that lets the Tau Empire to access to the Imperium Nihilus, the bad side of the tear. It's where the fourth spear went and where the fifth started. I doubt he does. It's something to do with Tau, but it kind of sounds like they're rewriting the whole Webway story, because basically the Emperor's original plan was, instead of using the warp, was to use the Webway, because there's a Webway gate directly underneath the Throne of Terror. I doubt he does, but I imagine that they'll kind of push the storyline on where he finds out eventually.
Exactly.
But it just sounds like they're just using old story to me.
Me too.
Because the cool story, the best thing about the whole using the Webway is basically how the Emperor found out that Horus was being a traitor was that Magnus,
who's that guy?
Horus, Primarch of the Lunar Wolves, Sons of Horus, that guy.
Lunar Wolves.
They were called the Lunar Wolves before they became the Sons of Horus. When he was made War Master, that's when he changed the name.
I thought they were just the Black Legion.
No. So when the...
Am I going to get a chair for this?
At the end of the Horus Heresy, right, when all of the legions, Chaos Legions, ran into the warp to hide.
What's the warp?
The Eye of Terror. The warp is where all the powers come from.
Why is it an eye?
It was called the Eye of Terror by Perturabo, who was the Primarch of the Iron Warriors.
Right.
That's he named it. But anyway, so when Magnus found out that Horus was being a traitor, he broke the door.
He broke it?
He broke it. He broke into the...
It's not very good.
The door underneath the Throne of Terror and just unleashed all the demons into the Webway.
Hang on a minute. Who puts a door under a throne?
The Emperor.
What, like a quick exit?
Well, no, because basically he knew that humanity was going to become a psychic race, so he wanted to shepherd them along. So he didn't want the Imperium to use the Webway. They didn't want to use the warp to travel. They wanted to use the Webway to travel.
Right.
And then Magnus screwed up. And that's why there's a lot of arguments whether Magnus was right or wrong to try to tell the Emperor in that way.
Oh.
Maybe I should do one of those kind of like Charles dance, sit in front of a large fireplace in like a leather-bound chair and a smoking jacket and just tell stories.
So if you want Joe to sit in a leather-bound chair, in an apartment that smells of rich mahogany,
in only a smoking jacket,
with a cigar, then let us know.
Yeah.
Or if you'd prefer us to talk about competitive 40k, like we normally do.
Well, you normally talk about your muscles.
No, that was one show we spoke about bodybuilding and baby oil. Whether you should or shouldn't.
Couple shows.
Well, maybe. Sometimes you've got to talk about it.
You're talking about your abnormal arms.
I do have abnormal arms, yeah. But great for... No, because somebody asked the question about how to get a good peak on the bicep. It was a question with a response. So if you would like us to continue talking about competitive 40k and also biceps, then, perfect.
If you want to get educated
what
the actual story of Warhammer is,
talk to Joe.
Yeah.
Constable Butterworth. Anyway, on that bombshell, Alexandra, again, congratulations. I am thrilled that the Get Started box is going to somebody who's actually looking to get started into the hobby. So yeah, I think that is absolutely
no one's commenting anymore. We scared them off.
No, we've got some more lore questions coming in, but I'll be honest, my knowledge of lore is zero. If you didn't gather that from my very dry, sarcastic sense of humour.
I didn't know that, because one of the spheres of expansion have disappeared. So they turned up again.
So Spook wants some leather chair action, basically.
Of course he does.
But everyone else wants competitive 40k.
Good for him.
Anyway, guys, we would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and also give this a big thumbs up on the... Not just in person, meaning like
Brian
clicks
says
and
that
likes.
we need an offshoot channel. I get my own channel now. You made it happen. Remember?
Just because Brian says you need a new channel.
Yeah.
Brian says a lot of things.
Can we get a third channel where we only play Zombicide?
Yes, we are. That could happen.
Yeah.
Do love Zombicide. Yeah, it's my sideboard
Also,
game.
Brian, I've completely replaced you, by the way. You don't get to play it anymore.
Oh yeah. Brian is the original Zombicide bro. But we're now doing a campaign, Brian, so when we come over to America, we can carry on with the campaign, maybe start it again. Yeah. We've got some expansion boxes and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, that's not 40k, and this is what this is all about. So anyway, guys, take care. Keep yourself safe and happy and sound in whatever you do. Keep doing it, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Just remember, ELE. Everybody love everybody.
All that stuff, yeah. So the last one, vote leather-bound chair. That's where my Vanguard Tactics is. Money's for. Revolt.
Everyone's going against you.
I'm not having it now. You lot. I preferred it, Stephen, when you were mean to Joe. Yeah, Chuck said yes. Second channel. Right, guys. How do I shut this down? Right. Anyway, we're turning this off before you guys. Right. See you later, guys.
Bye bye. Don't remember, you got to switch this off properly.
Oh yeah.
Because last time you just closed it down and the stream went on for ages.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Hang on a minute. We've got to wait for this to finish.